this episode, we leave the Southern Flinders Ranges and travel to Arkaroola Conservation Reserve, where we spend 5 nights before travelling on to Farina and then up to Mare.
At Arkaroola, there's a few little dramas along the way. Our flat sort of re-emerged and kept on dropping tyre pressure, so it's pretty dramatic by the time we got in. We kept on giving it a bit of a pump up with the, what do we call that thing, the inflator. And then the Vances. The Vances also got a flat, which they plugged up somewhat more successfully, it seems. Anyway, so I dropped the tyre in at the workshop, see how that goes tomorrow. We're expecting a bit of rain tomorrow and the day after. Not sure how much, and hopefully if the weather's alright we'll be able to do our 4-wheel drive tour in the back of a troopy, which is a big highlight of Arkaroola, many people say.
The scene here is a little bit mining site vibes, but I think good scenery and surrounds, and it should be good once we settle in.
This morning we're going to do the Ridgetop tour, which is going to go in a little car up to the top of this big mountain here.
That looks exciting.
Yeah.
Got 3 vehicles attempting the Ridgetop tour today. We'll see how far we go.
Wow.
Not much of a lookout.
Not today, we've got very unusual conditions in this part of the world, I think.
So blue skies behind us, you can see there, which is very welcome after about 30 mils of rain over the last 2 days and a very foggy Ridgetop tour yesterday. But we're locked in at Arkaroola for a few more days because all the roads are closed due to this rain, but there'll be plenty to do.
So they've closed the internal tracks as well today for vehicles, so we're going to go walk the Mawson's Bragina Trail, which is about an 8-kilometre hike. Should take about 4 hours or so. Named after Sir Douglas Mawson, the first Australian, I believe, to go, or first person, I think, to get to the South Pole. He was a pretty famous geologist as well as his South Pole adventures, and we learned yesterday about how he worked with the original owner of this place, Reg, a lot to...
Reg Spriggs.
Reg Spriggs, yeah.
Yeah, he was a mentor for Reg Spriggs, who bought this place and set it up as a conservation reserve.
Focused around geology.
Yeah.
So this is the view waking up on our second morning at Arkaroola. Dramatically different skies. Once the blue skies are out, it's beautiful. I mean, the site itself looks a bit agricultural, a bit industrial, a bit like a mining site. There we are, perched up the back. And there's
flushing toilets and showers.
Yeah.
Good spots to throw the ball around. Yeah.
That's very true. Alright, so they've closed the tracks today and we need to do a bit of a pitch report. So let's just see how we go here. Oh, it's a pretty tough entry. And I'm only getting about 0.5 centimetre or so there, so I would say it's definitely ready to drive.
Bicycle! Pedal, pedal, pedal.
Looks like fun. A bit of a pinstripe down the car. Just gone for a little afternoon four-wheel drive and maybe a little walk as well. Don't ask me to pronounce where we're going. The Bola Balana and Nuladuna Dola. We'll put the name up there for you to see. Waterhole. So show you some footage along the way.
Yeah, so far that it's just been stony. There's been no sort of exciting forward driving yet. So fingers crossed there's something, but we'll see.
Yeah. So the kids said pronounced it the wrong way. They can do better. So let's hear how they go.
Bola, Bol, Anna, and Null, Do, Nu, Dollar.
Go on, Emma, you
Just
try.
rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Bola, and Noodle, Dollar.
Go on, Ellie.
Oh,
That's the
sweet pronunciation. That's phonics in action.
Sadly, there's heaps of dead trees around Arkaroola, as you can see here on this hill slope. Unfortunately, they had a really bad drought a few years ago and a lot of the vegetation has died and hasn't been able to recover.
Acacia Ridge walk. We caught a bus here and now we're just going to walk back to Arkaroola.
So we've had 4 nights in Arkaroola now. Weather has greatly improved. It's really beautiful here, but we're still blocked in from the heavy rains that they had. So we're still waiting to be able to get out and get up to Birdsville.
Keep hitting refresh on the government roads website, a couple of times an hour, because our companions have been able to now get access out to the south. So they've just left us in the last half an hour or so, 3CPO and Van Vances, and they're going to make their way down to Broken Hill. We're still hopeful that the Birdsville Track's going to open up before too long, so our plan here is just to wait until the road conditions look a bit more promising, and then hopefully don't need to wait too many days before we can make our way further north.
Yep, it's always a bit of a gamble to know whether or not we should just start the big detour or wait, but we think it's worth waiting at this point in time.
Yeah, it's about probably an extra 3 days drive, I reckon.
At least,
to go by the detour, so it'd be nice not to do that if we didn't have to.
Yeah. So anyway, another afternoon of full driving. We'll look forward to it.
Indeed.
So here we have an ochre wall, and this is where the Aboriginals used to get their ochre from. So I just put some ochre on my hand, and it's actually quite strong. So there are different colours of like yellow or purple. And mud is in different colours. And there's red. There's red. It's really cool. Campsite, and it's like my favourite. It was like my favourite rock in the rock collection. It's a bit of a bumpy ride, but it's quite fun as well. Yeah.
Good. It's a bit scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
How's it looking?
It's like it was when we started.
Few dents.
You did.
This little quick 5k full drive track back to camp is turning out to be a little extreme. Yeah.
Butterflies in the stomach at different times there.
So after 5 nights in Arkaroola, they've finally opened the road again out to Copley or Lake Creek. So we're able to get out of here and head 1 inch closer to the Birdsville Track, although that's still closed at the moment. So good to be on the road again.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully heading north. We'll see what happens. Yeah, look, it's a great spot, Arkaroola. There's heaps to do. I reckon after about 5 nights we felt, we wanted to move on. But coming for 3 nights would probably be about perfect, I think.
Yeah, there's loads.
in the old town of Farina for the night. Lots of ruins here. There's not really anyone that lives here now. It's being restored by a group of volunteers. They've got a really delicious bakery, and all these old ruins are such an awesome backdrop for the imagination for the kids. They're having an absolute ball.
They're out there somewhere. So I've woken up in the beautiful Farina campground, although unfortunately from about 5 AM onwards we had a bit of rain that's come through, and doesn't mean it's going to be good news for the Birdsville Track. Hopefully it's all done. The campsite has got a bit muddy, so we're just going to try and scope out where we pick our line to get out of here. So.
Coming in to the township of Maree.
So this morning we've made our way up to Maree, and there's been a little bit of rain on the way, and unfortunately they've closed the northern section of the Birdsville Track, which is, we'll put all of our plans into the question again about whether we wait or whether we go the really long route.
Yeah, there's not a great deal to do around Maree itself, so I don't feel like it's a good spot for us to be based for a number of days waiting for the chance of the Birdsville Track to open up. So I think I'm starting to lean onto the bandwagon of let's do the big loop round.
Yeah, I think we need to make that decision in the next half an hour or so. It's probably leaning towards get going. It's a bit windy too. I was hoping we might go out and have a look at Lake Eyre from the lookout, but it'd be probably too windy for the drone and maybe even too cloudy for our eyes to see much out there as well. Alright, well as you can see we made it to the start of the Birdsville Track here in Maree, and it's closed, and we've been agonising for the last couple of hours. Do we stay or do we go? It's raining as we're making this call. What is our call, guys?
No.
We're going to go, but we're going to go south.
Yeah.
So we're going to add on about 1,200 kilometres to our journey, but that'll be on sealed road. Hasn't been easy at all to make that call. We'll see if it's going to be the right one later on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Goodbye to the metropolis of Maree.